Hello everyone, welcome to Man Cave Media. On this channel we like to talk about beer, sneakers, tech, and toys. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've been following my HTPC build series, today is a very exciting day. The CPU and the RAM that I've been eyeing to use for this project has finally gone on sale. I purchased it last week and it has arrived. Let's get it unboxed and let's get it installed. So if you've been following the HTPC build series that I've been posting, this CPU and processor actually is not going in the HTPC. It's going to go into my main office rig, and the processor and the RAM that I use in my office rig is going to go in the HTPC. So I stuck with the AMD platform for obvious reasons. I didn't want to upgrade my motherboard, and also the Ryzen processors are just fantastic. I like them a lot, and they offer a lot of bang for buck, much better price point than Intel's offerings. So the processor I bought, of course it would only make sense to do it this way, is an upgrade to what I have already. So the CPU that's currently in my office rig is a Ryzen 7 2700, and the CPU that I chose for the upgrade is the 3700X. And I know that my motherboard does not support overclocking, so I mean, why did I get the X? But it was on sale for a good price, so I went ahead and did it. And if I ever wanted to upgrade my motherboard in the future to one that does support overclocking, I'll already have an appropriate processor. Oh, there she is. So this retail version of the Ryzen 7 3700X includes the Wraith Prism cooler, which I will be using. I currently have the Wraith, which one is it? I have the step down from the Prism. I forget what they call it. It is LED, but it's a little bit smaller than the Wraith. I forget what it's called. It's lost on me at the moment. And the one I have in my rig right now, I'll just set it aside for future use. Let's get in the box here. So here's the processor. Get a good look at that guy. Look like. Oh yeah. She's a beaut. And then this box is the cooler. For first-time PC builders out there, you can actually get, they have like white box or non-retail box versions of their CPUs that you can buy without a cooler if you wanted to save some money. I actually wanted to upgrade the cooler. That's why I'm okay with buying it with a cooler, even though I don't need it technically. I welcome the upgrade. So this is the Wraith Prism cooler. Pretty nice. Good look at that. Yep, very nice. It is RGB LED. All right, let's get this guy back in the box. So this one actually, this heatsink actually came with some thermal paste pre-installed. I'll probably clean it off and use the Arctic Silver that I have, even though I mean I'm sure that there's nothing wrong with this at all. Let's get this guy back. How was it? I don't even remember how it was in here. There we go. Alright, let's put this stuff back in the box for the moment before we head out to the workshop, aka the garage, to get this installed in the office rig. Let's get a look at the RAM, which came in a separate box. I already opened it because I was confused why they sent such a large box just for the RAM, because I know how it comes packaged. It's the same type of RAM that I have already, just a faster speed. So in the first In the first video of this series, I misspoke. I said I had 3200 megahertz DDR4. I have 3000 megahertz DDR4 in there now, and I'm stepping up to 32 megahertz. So I went with the Triton Z from G-Skill. I have really good luck with G-Skill RAM. I have it in most of my builds, and I've never had any issues with it. And I love the heat sinks on the Triton series. The RGB heat sinks, they're pretty awesome. And I've just never had an issue with G-Skill RAM, so I like it a lot. So I chose to stick with that brand. So it should look good. Should be a smooth install. It's all the same. And this is a 32 gigabyte kit, which is what I have now. All right, we've got it all out of the box. We've had a look at it. Let's move out to the workshop and get it installed. Okay, so before performing the CPU upgrade, first I need to update my BIOS for my motherboard to support the new 3700X. So I downloaded the new BIOS from ASRock's website, and all you do is format a thumb drive as FAT32 and transfer the file onto the thumb drive. And then as you reboot, just smash that F6 button and you will get the InstaFlash menu. Or at least you should get the InstaFlash menu. Let's see. This is my first time doing this. Hey, there we go. Alright, so here's the InstaFlash menu. So just click Update. Gives you a couple of chances to bail if you change your mind. And away we go. Alright, once it's done, you just click OK to reboot. Now, if you're running an older CPU like I am, ASRock does recommend that you don't do this BIOS upgrade unless you're going to upgrade the CPU. So this may or may not boot. Oh, got the BIOS splash screen. That's a good sign. Alright, it looks like it's going to boot into Windows 10. Alright, cool. Yeah, there we are. Well, it swapped my primary monitor. That's interesting. But doesn't matter. We're gonna shut this guy down and get it into the workshop. All right, let's get the side panel off. For those of you paying attention, you can see that I am not in my garage. I am in fact in my wife's office. We're in the middle of a pretty nasty heat wave right now in Southern California, and my wife's office, the table in my wife's office is grounded, and there's tile floor in here, so I feel like it's safe enough. Alright, you can get a good look at my build here. So the first thing I need to do is I need to pop off the RGB cable from my cooler, because the way I have to route it, because of the heat sinks, it goes across the top of my RAM. Okay, now that's out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and pull the RAM out. There's the RAM I'm using now. It's exactly the same product family as what I purchased. Like I said, I love the heat sinks on these, the Triton Z. Very nice. So these are destined for the HTPC now. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and remove the fan and heat sink on my CPU. Add a little bit more light to the party. So I can see what I'm doing. Need a good old-fashioned getting stuff done 80s montage right now. she is. And it looks like the backing plate actually fell down. So I'm going to have to reuse this cooler for the moment until I get the proper adapter for the Wraith Prism. I know it came with my motherboard, but I don't exactly remember what I did with it, so this will just be temporary until I can find the adapter, and then I'll be doing this all over again. Now for first timers, as you can see the golden arrow in the corner there, you line that up with the square notch on the socket. And that's how you install the CPU. Let's get the new one out. So on the new one, it's kind of hard to see, but the arrow is actually on the bottom side. Try to focus here on that. So there's the arrow. They put it on the bottom side for the 3700. So you go ahead and you line that up. There's only one notch that's square. The rest of them are kind of at an angle. So you line it up with that squared off notch. And the CPU, sorry, I'm going to try not to get in the shot here. The CPU should just fall right into place. If you encounter any resistance whatsoever, you're doing it wrong. So don't try to push it in, because it should just fall right into place. And once you have it in, you just go ahead and close the arm to lock it in. And that's it. The CPU is installed. I forgot to hit play on the camera. I already put the pea-sized amount of thermal paste that's required for this. And since I'm going to remove this cooler again because I want to use the Wraith that came with the 3700, I went ahead and used the thermal paste that was supplied with the Cooler Master AIO that I purchased for the HTPC. I don't want to waste any of my Arctic Silver. So later on when I find those adapters, I'll reapply some Arctic Silver, but for now I'm going to put this old cooler back on. So I just went ahead and used the stuff that came with my AIO, which, I mean, I'm sure it's fine. It's just I trust Arctic Silver more. So this is just a temporary solution. So because this is a mini ITX, it's easier to install the RAM first before you put the heatsink on, especially if you're like me and you have big hands and sausage fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the RAM in right now really quick. Alrighty, got the RAM installed. Alright, so I had to do a little cutaway there. As I had mentioned, the backing plate actually fell down after I took the heatsink off, so I had to prop it up with my other hand and kind of hold it to get the screws started before I could tighten it down. So I had to do a cutaway. Sorry about that. Anyway, the heatsink is on. I'm tightening it down now. Resecuring all the cables. Don't forget to plug in the fan, that's very important. Alrighty, she's good to go. Do a little bit of cable management here. Get the RGB back in. She is good to go. Slap the panels back on and let's get her back in the office. Alright, I got it back in place now. Will she boot? Will she boot? 3, 2, 1, go. Hey, it lives. Now, will she post? Please post. Alright. Alright, I call that a success. Alright, as expected, that went nice and smooth. That's all I have for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at media.mancave, on Facebook at mancavemedia. Also, I created a Twitter account recently called mancavemedia.org. If you enjoy podcasts, please check out the League of Sedentary Gentlemen. We're available on Google Play Music, Spotify, iTunes, or direct from our website at man-cave-media.org. I hope you have a great day, and like always, thank you for watching.